movie where the police chief stumbles backward and he says, we're going to need a bigger boat, because I help entrepreneurs do these long projects, writing books, creating videos, getting online courses. They are projects that people take on and they do not realize how much work they are. So I wanted to make it feel like comfortable for people to reach out and get some help, because I think people they love to help other people, and they often are afraid to ask for help. And I wanted to show them how they get this done. So it actually does come from the movie.
Okay, good.
Okay, you ready for the presentation?
Yes.
Okay, one moment. Let me hit the present, continue, and share screen. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Suzanne Dulin. I put my name in the chat. I'll be sharing with you about a beta program that I'm calling Build Your Signature Online Course and Webinar Funnel Like a Pro. I teach yoga to people who want to become disciplined at yoga. And I teach people how to teach and how to design a curriculum. I work with mostly teaching-based businesses to help them start up their own businesses. The people that I work with, they are not driven by a desire to make money. And that's a huge roadblock for them and actually getting their businesses going. They are healing professionals, martial artists, yoga teachers, gardeners, and they're driven by this desire to create. They are driven by this need to teach and share. They want flexibility in their time to serve their creative process. They want flexibility in their time to be able to take care of their families, particularly aging parents and children. I work with a lot of women in particular. They also are needing to tend to their own physical and mental health needs. They, um, they would like to spend most of their time creating and spend less of their time like worrying about accounting. Those are not the things that interest them very much. So most of the people that I work with, they are trying to start up a business by marketing because they're creative. They like the creative aspect of marketing. Never had a client come to me and say, wow, I really got all into marketing statistics, but they love websites and things like that. So a lot of what I do is introduce people to the broader scope of business startup, and particularly sales. But I have set up a process that helps them get to where they're going to spend more of their time teaching and more of their time in product development, which is the things that they want to do, and less of their time selling, by creating repeatable processes in their business and then automating the things like accounting and the sales processes so that they're not spending as much time on those things. So my approach to helping people start up a business is based on my observation that you can align a complete curriculum to a sales funnel. So when you're looking at building traffic into your business, if you have a teaching-based business, the way that you do it is by having a complete end-to-end curriculum. And then when it comes time to sell people a new thing, all you have to do is take them into a deeper level of learning. And it's something that you can do with full integrity, because if you really want to take people into understanding what you have to teach, then you need them to take the deeper levels of training. And that training becomes more expensive as you go along because people value it more. And in this way, it becomes easy to sell because you're not really doing anything gimmicky. You're just see that people need the next level of training and you can offer it to them. And it's very easy for people to operate this way. I'm opening up a beta course in June that will help people to develop a single online course and a webinar that can promote it, as well as some emails that they can use to help upsell the people from the webinar into the online course. I also provide the technical support for them to upload that to Teachable or their own website. There's a huge interest in online courses right now because of Zoom. A lot of people have learned how to get online and how to use Zoom, and it's created a new market for online courses that didn't exist before the pandemic. Even though the interest is dying out a little bit, there's still they trained a lot of people to use Zoom. Most of my people are experts in their field, and they struggle to find local people that are interested in their specific thing. They need to reach a broader audience. In the past year, let me talk a little bit about why me and why now. So the main way that I reach people is through online marketing. And I'm just going to back up. I'm getting lost in my slides. So
Suzanne, you're at 5 minutes.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm going to move ahead then to what I'm doing right now. So my strategy for business is to create long-term ongoing relationships with my clients, and I get to sell less and teach more. Currently, my business is profitable. I take about $25,000 in profits last year. This year, I intend to go to $100,000, and next year, I'm hoping to go to $1 million. I work with a bookkeeping firm that helps me to do that. What I'm looking for right now is for support financially to help me get this program launched, particularly with the advertising, which I'll be running through Google Ads partners. So yeah, that's about what I'm doing right now. Does anybody have any questions about all the things that I'm working on?
Well, Suzanne, thank you very much. Great presentation. We don't have any questions in the chat yet. I do. When you say that you're looking for help with advertising and building up your own marketing, can you be a little bit more specific?
Yeah, sure. So right now I work with a team of people that are Google Ads partners, and they're deriving traffic through search ads. And right now I'm looking to, I am testing that to figure out how to do it for myself, and then drive people to a recorded webinar. And then once the people see the recorded webinar, then the goal is to upsell them into the larger course on creating an online course. I actually have already about 12 people who are ready to sign up for the beta, which will open up later today.
Okay. You had mentioned Teachable. What other platforms are you using?
So I have looked at a number of different platforms for myself, and one of the biggest pieces that I'm trying to do, I have a master's in engineering management. So one of the biggest pieces that I'm trying to do is to help people with the technology piece, which really hangs them up. So I've looked into a number of different platforms, and I've decided to go with Teachable to help people with that. It has a lot of the features that I'm looking for. I have clients who use a bunch of different platforms, and to me, I've looked at a number of different beta things. Newsinier is one of them, and what I've found is that it's really worth it to just have a team that supports you and has good solutions. I decided that I wanted to go ahead and just choose one that I liked, and then help people with that one.
Okay. Couple questions about the beta group. One, what's your pricing on the beta, and what are the advantages of joining the beta group at this point?
So I'm going to price the beta at $1,200, and with discounts up to $700 during the first week that it's open. It'll be at around $1,800 after the beta, which will end at the end of the summer. The advantages of being in the beta group are that I'm going to be providing more one-on-one coaching to make sure that everybody gets through it. My goal is to guarantee that everybody can actually get a course completed and online and start selling it, because there's a lot of these programs out there that give people the information and then they're not actually getting it done, because you really need project management. And without other people to project manage, you will not actually complete it. So it's just not that valuable to only have information if you've never actually gone through a project management process in a formal environment. And then really long term, what I'm looking to do is continue to provide those project management services to people so that they can continue to build courses and to have a team of people that will do some of the scut work of uploading files, creating slides, creating videos, editing videos, so that they can focus more on the content creation, because those technical pieces, they just really slow people down from actually getting something out there and selling it.
Well, you're singing Rupert's tune about focusing on project management. Two other questions. One about how you're working with your clients. Are you looking primarily local in the Chattanooga area, or do you do, and are you set up to do a lot of remote coaching?
I work
and help
with
with
people
clients?
all over the world, and that's part of the reason why I decided to open this up in the way that I have, which is mostly pre-recorded videos and then some online coaching. And because it's been a big issue for me that I work with people in a lot of different time zones. So I'm trying to get my work recorded so that people can access it at their own time. One of the huge markets for yoga is Australia. And I have clients in Australia, but I often have to go, like, there's only about 1 hour the day where we're all awake. So, like, I really want to hit that market. So I'm wanting to get this recorded and then have ultimately like a group call where I can be up once a week at a time that's convenient for the people in Australia.
Eric asks, is your goal to expand to different types of seminars and topics, or do you want to plumb the depths of a single subject?
I do have a goal to expand. So there's another beta course that I'll be opening up later this summer in business. So there's 6 business processes that I showed, that startup to think system. I have 2 clients who have quite advanced teacher training programs that I work with, who are seeking a business startup piece to their businesses. So they've already requested that I develop it for them. And so what I'm looking to do for my complete curriculum is to have this course on creating a course, and then a course on starting up a business, and then this fall to have an advanced teacher training program for yoga teachers, where those pieces are part of the curriculum, because there's no other advanced yoga teacher training program that really has a complete startup system and a product development process. So, there are people who have teachers that come in and teach them about stuff that they've done, but this has been a huge gap in the industry, that people don't really understand the process.
Well, great. Well, thank you very much. I'll throw over to Eric for our final question.
All right. Thank you, Suzanne. You sort of touched on it a little bit, but it's a question we like to ask everybody. What else can we as a community do for you?
The biggest thing that I'm looking at right now is I'm trying to understand more about things like angel investment and venture capital funds. I'm determined to learn about these things, to learn about the funding that's out there, not only for myself but for my clients. I've just gotten to a point in my business where I'm ready to have that capital, and I know what I would do with it. So anybody who understands those things, I'm really would love information about it.
Okay, great. If anybody does know about that, I think a couple of us do. I think Rupert can probably shed some light on it. Maybe drop contact information into the chat and you guys can connect with each other. In fact, Rupert says, as a project manager, SME, and expert in capital raising, I'm happy to help. So excellent connections already. So next, I'm going to share my screen again so we can show off her slide. Abigail Jaqua from Atomic Sierra, and looking forward to hearing what that is. So go ahead, Abigail.
Thank you guys. Let me share my screen so I can share a little bit about Atomic Sierra with you guys. So just to get into it right away, Atomic Sierra is a sustainable and ethical boutique. So basically our clothes are made for the people, made for the planet. I'll get a little bit more in depth about what Atomic Sierra is, but I like to just jump off with who I am, how Atomic Sierra started, and just a little bit about how I brought about this company. So I'm a sophomore at Western Michigan University. I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but I came to Kalamazoo, Michigan to study sales and business marketing and a minor in entrepreneurship. So honestly, since I was pretty young, I've always known I wanted to be a business owner. I've always known I wanted to be a boss. I've got my first job when I was 14. Always have enjoyed working, enjoyed making my own money and buying what I want. So I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how to translate that into an actual business idea. So that's why I came to Western Michigan University in order to figure out my passions. So freshman year goes by, I'm doing a lot of blogging about healthy living, sustainability, how to treat your body good, how to treat your planet well, how to just take care of yourself and be better to the only things we have left. So once the pandemic hit, I was sent back home to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the pandemic hit and I was like, I have nothing better to do than online school. So I got a job. I ended up getting a job actually at Amazon in a warehouse. And at 18 years old, I was making pretty good money for an 18-year-old. So I decided to work overtime every week and save up enough money to actually start a business on my own at 18, which has been a really, really big accomplishment for me. So here we are at 18. And Atomic Sierra was launched in December of 2020. So it's a brand new business. We just launched a couple months ago, but I'd really just like to share the information that we spread throughout our social media and our website. So overall, Atomic Sierra, we really are keen about our sustainability and ethical side. So all of our products are made here in the United States, paying all of our workers a fair living wage with benefits, which besides the point of what we are sharing, it's really just important to understand what we're doing and look into the products that you're purchasing all around the world. Where are they made? How are they made? Who is making them? How much are the workers being paid? Are they in fair living environments and fair working environments? Are they paid benefits? All of those such things. And then when we come to sustainability as well, all of the fabrics our clothes are made out of organic GOTS certified fabrics. So we have organic cotton and a blend of recycled plastic as well. So basically what we're doing is we're taking cotton that's made without pesticides. It's made with less water and less energy than conventional cotton. And it's made in it's GOTS certified. So GOTS certified means that all of the processes that it goes through to be made, to be grown, everything is supporting our planet and supporting the people. So that's super important to us, just to share those topics about what we're doing, but also, like I said, to look into what you're buying, because what we consumers put our money in is what grows our economy. So obviously, as you guys know, if you're going to support a big giant like Coca-Cola who's continually polluting our environment, then they're going to continually get more money and continually pollute our environment. So it's kind of just looking into where you're putting your money into and where you're spending it. But we also are really big on supporting minorities. All of our, we have a small factory in Los Angeles, California, where our clothes are made, and all of our workers are supporting minorities, LGBTQ, and women specifically. So that's something we're really keen on sharing and supporting. Our main goal, though, really is just spreading the topic of the fast fashion industry. So overall, this is throughout our social media and throughout our website. We do Sustainable Sunday posts every Sunday where we share topics throughout fast fashion industry and the world. So I even share topics about the chemicals that are in your products that you're using on your body and in your body, what you guys are eating, what you're consuming, daily basis of the things that you're using. We even share stuff like gardening tips and just ways to make the planet a better place, and make the people happier, and just take care of yourself, because we only have one planet and we only have one body. And as Suzanne knows, like, you have to take care of your body with yoga. Like, there's so many different little things that you need to take care of yourself with. So we're sharing that, and also just sharing how polluting the fast fashion industry is. Fast fashion, they make these clothes that are made to fall apart. They're made to not last. They're not made to stay in your closet for a while, but we're making products that are here to recycle old products, because a zero waste system is basically impossible. So taking your products and turning it into clothing that you can wear, and also products that you wear and you wear forever. So it's a staple item. It's in your closet forever. You don't have to go and throw it away in a year because it goes out of style. It's comfortable, it's fitting, it takes care of you and your needs, but it also is taking care of the planet. So it's a 2-in-1. It's perfect. So like I said, we're just sharing that great information on our social media and our blogs on Sundays and just throughout the week. So it's really great information. We're also trying to spread positivity throughout. Women empowerment is a big thing. So supporting all shapes and sizes, ethnicities, body colors, body shapes, making sure we have an inclusive system of sizes, and we're being more inclusive with gender neutral clothing. So everyone feels comfortable buying our clothes and feeling comfortable in them. So, I started this business in the midst of the pandemic where everyone was ditching jeans and going into sweats. So here we are with comfortable clothing that you can feel good in, but you can also take care of the planet in. So, and also a little bit of part of it is just honestly like empowering women and people to do whatever you set your mind to. Doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter where you are in your life. You can go start a business, you can go do whatever you set your mind to, and don't let anyone stop you. Personally, I thought I was going to go 4 years into college and then start a business, but something changed. I had someone really great brought into my life who's like, why don't you just start it now? What's stopping you? So I really like to preach that not only on my like personal social media and to my friends, but on my Atomic Sierra, to really spread the message that honestly anything is possible. So we do that. So in the coming months, what's next for Atomic Sierra is honestly, like, as you can see, this is a big difference from the last photos. We have a lot of new colors coming, new sizes. We're trying to expand our ranges into plus sizes. And also just, we want to get into men's clothing. I know there's a lot of males on here, and this might not even be your type of clothing, guys, but honestly, just listening to the purpose of Atomic Sierra, what we stand for and what we're trying to share is really our biggest purpose. So like I said, what's next is really just like new colors, trying to hop into the male industry, and also just something new, something different. We're getting into a new whole vibe. So that's awesome. And then next for me, I actually started an internship with young entrepreneurs across America in February. I don't know if anyone's familiar with them, but basically it's an internship where you get to run your own painting business. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'll explain it a little. So it's amazing.
Log on to 1 minute.
Okay, I got you. You have 18, 19, 20-year-olds running your own business. You have payroll, you have hiring your employees, buying and selling all of the jobs, and running a crew. It's such a great experience. I'm running right now $120,000 business that I actually got to sell all on my own. And I'll be keeping about 40% of the profits because my profit margins are amazing. So I'll be at 19, probably making over $30,000 in a summer, which is a really great experience. And this is an opportunity that is all over the country. So I'm not trying to be a spokeswoman for it, but it's a great opportunity. If you know any kids who are looking for an internship, please look into Young Entrepreneurs Across America. If you guys want to just connect with me on a personal level, or about Atomic Sierra, or just learn more about our blogs, with the information we like to share and preach, even if you're a male on here, you don't have to come to my website to buy clothes. Just come to learn more about information about what you can do to take care of the planet and take care of your body. It's super important. Like I said, you only have one, so take care of it while you have it. I also just like to chat about business. You can find me on LinkedIn at Abigail Jaqua. Just contact me through phone or email, and we can just chat more about business, sustainability, or Atomic Sierra. So I'm open to questions, but thank you guys all for listening. I really appreciate it.
Wow. Okay, Abigail, fantastic presentation. I think we're all a bit blown away by your energy and enthusiasm as still a teenager. That's fantastic. I would say myself, as a father of a teenager, a pre-teenager, and some in their 20s, you've got some energy and some lessons that I think can be passed on to everyone from that age range all the way up to the most senior member of our audience here. Couple comments. Again, great presentation. There was a question about the retail store or the online, if you have an online e-commerce store, and I actually did take a look at your website and your e-commerce store, very well put together. How did you get the e-commerce store put together, what was your impetus for that?
Yeah, for sure. I'm reading the comments as I go. So yeah, we are just e-commerce at the moment. I started in the midst of the pandemic. I don't have a storefront yet. That's definitely a goal long term. The whole website I built on my own through Wix. Building websites are actually pretty easy. I built a couple websites. I've built friends' websites for them. It's a fun thing. My best friend actually does videography and photography. So he did all the videos and photos on my website. And just we support each other. It's a great community of doing that. In terms of differentiating my products, there's a couple sustainability companies or sustainable companies out there. A lot of them greenwash though in terms of their products. Their products aren't actually made sustainable. They claim that they have like 15% recycled materials in the product and they claim it's sustainable. They also, in their ethical standards, they're not paying anyone a fair living wage. So we have both of those that I think are really important. You can also claim you're sustainable and you're made in like I said, like third world countries in fast fashion factories and paying people horrible wages while your kids are making your product. So that's two things that we really incorporate. And also something that I'm trying to grow into with differentiating our actual sustainable products, because there are a lot of sustainable companies who are actually sustainable, but they're all really focused on, that I've actually noticed, on very women girly clothes. I'm on the last two photos, you kind of saw that they're in the kind of like reds and oranges colors. We're trying to grow into a more street fashion wear, which there is not a street fashion wear sustainable company out there that at least that I know of. So it's kind of just a completely different genre of clothing that we're trying to grow into. And also male's fashion is very not popular. So trying to kind of grow into a different complete style of clothing and sustainability is how we're differentiating. And also, I think just our story about who I am, how I started this, why I started this, and our blog. So we're not just doing this to sell products. We're doing this to share a message about what's going on in our world and how you can make it a better place. So in terms of, I'm reading the comments, guys, sorry.
That's all right. Well, do you have any intellectual property in what you're working on?
I don't know what you mean by that.
As far as your branding, is anything? We'll start with trademarks, and do you have any protection over?
Well, I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was my question. So I guess what I'm just asking is there anything that can stop somebody from coming in and duplicating what you're doing? Is it going to be a branding thing where you're going to be so unique in your brand and your approach, or do you have some like technical aspect that no one can copy? How do you protect people from coming in and saying, "Great idea, Abigail. I'm just going to come in and copy you"?
Totally, Josh. I totally understand. So I mean, obviously, like I have an LLC, nothing like crazy. I definitely want to get into trademarking my logo and trademarking my name. That's something I haven't taken care of yet, honestly, because as a full-time student and in a full-time internship, Atomic Sierra has kind of been on my backbone for the past 4 months because Atomic Sierra doesn't bring me enough revenue to support my life. So Atomic Sierra is more of my passion. And I love it that way. I love having my company being something that I love and want to do and something that I don't need to do. So as I grow my other fundings for my personal life, Atomic Sierra is kind of just coming along with me for blogging, for just sharing positive energy. So in terms of, protecting myself, I don't have the funds to get a lawyer yet and to fully actually trademark. And to take care of myself in that instance. It's something I want to do. So if you have great resources, I would really appreciate you bringing them forward to me.
Do have a point brought up by Denny. When you're doing your presentation, it might be a good idea to stick to some generalizations, especially if you start gaining any kind of a following or anything. If you're throwing out company names. Be careful with that, just for your own protection, because large companies don't like to have their names badmouthed. And you say you don't have a lawyer. There are companies out there that have whole teams. So just something to be considered there.
Thank you.
See, I don't see any other questions. Just a lot of great comments.
Yeah, and I also want to, I noticed your comment as well about my gear towards young crowd, which is definitely it. And that's why I kind of come on here, and I know I'm not like selling anything to you guys. I'm honestly just sharing what I'm working on. It's not really like geared towards definitely towards your like age genre, but I think it's just an interesting topic, especially because I think it's super important to share about sustainability in the fast fashion industry with you guys, because I know my parents don't really know much about it, and they have actually been found really interested to find out about what's going on.
I think you've got a great opportunity to continue not only growing the businesses that you're working in, but actually you have the makings of a great consultant, I would say at this point. So as you're working with the internship um, and some other things, that's helping others get off the ground with their entrepreneurial endeavors is a great thing. We do have another question about being carbon neutral.
Yes.
And yeah, and just how are you countering that to have a longer life to your product, to reduce emissions, renewable energy, recycled materials, et cetera. You spoke on some of that, but can you expand on that a little bit?
Totally. So in terms of carbon, like everything is grown and made right in Los Angeles. Like it's all made right there. I've been to the factory. I've been and met everyone there. So in terms of like, we're not flying all of our products from, Chicago or whatever. And all of our stuff is grown and made in like very small machines in a factory. So in terms of carbon emissions, it's very small. Obviously transporting your products from one place to another is kind of where it stems from the United States. So that's the biggest thing. But in terms of emissions, we don't really have like a large emissions group. With the GOTS certification, that comes into play as well. And you can look into kind of how like they stem from that.
Right. And as far as the design of your clothes, are you the clothing designer, or do you have a team in Los Angeles that does that with you?
Yeah, so I don't design them fully, but I definitely like go over everything and make sure that it's up to my standards. It's kind of the factory. And I see do you order shipments from the factory? Do you do your own fulfillment? So all my my inventory is always under my bed in my college apartment. So yeah, I always have all my inventory on me. I ship my own orders. I do all the photos, like everything is on my part. So.
All right. Well, I think at this point, I'll flip over to Eric.
All right, thank you. Great presentation. If you want to find a company that does like zero waste, and you may have heard about this in your classes, the Subaru plant in Lafayette, Indiana. They have achieved zero waste. Now they cheat a little bit. Some of the stuff that can't be recycled or reused or repurposed does get sent to a power plant in Indianapolis and burned in order to create energy, but they don't have any trash. So there's one company that's doing it, but they had to make a concerted effort, but it ended up saving them so much money, it actually became profitable for them. So there's one company you can at least study. But my main question, you heard me ask Suzanne this, what can we as a community do for you?
That's a really great question. So honestly, it's really just honestly feedback. That's my biggest thing. I love all of the feedback you guys have given me today. I love speaking with people and having conversations. If you guys would like to speak about how my presentation went or any more feedback you guys have, comments, concerns whatsoever, please reach out to me. I'll send my phone number and email into the chat. That's honestly the biggest thing, is just community and conversation. So.
All right, great.